Hello everybody, new year, new me, new project. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? It's an electric guitar. It's got whammy bar, it's got pickup, it's got lots of strings. You can play jazz. Nice. And it is the world's most complicated Raspberry Pi enclosure. It has got a little full-blown computer inside it. And these things are actually getting quite powerful now. You can run an AI with them. So if I'm going to imagine what technology is going to be like, 5 years in advance, those things are going to be incredible. Yeah, so it's kind of designed on, I don't know, anarchist principles. It's got a design philosophy. So it is radically repairable. That thing contains all the files needed to recreate this. If you have a laser cutter or 3D printer or CNC machine or know somebody who does, then hopefully in the future you'll be able to plug this thing in and it'll be able to reproduce itself. And so it's radically repairable, it's radically upgradable. It is as far away from rent seeking as you can possibly get. So Creative Commons license. I mean, I would actually quite like to make it public domain, but public domain still means sleazy corporations can take what you've done and rent it out to everybody else's intellectual property. And, I don't really approve of that sort of thing. So it's Creative Commons attribution license. And I don't even really care about the attribution. I just want corporations to die. The thing with having one of those is you can actually have all of your effects running through it. But I think effects, if you're playing live, effects need to be adjustable within about 5 seconds. So it's like, yeah, about 5 seconds. So I'm thinking of having like 6 pots here, because you can't be scrolling through menus and all that sort of shit. There's got to be, a way of, the distortion is too much for the room, so you can go and turn it down and hear what you're doing on the fly in real time. Real-time feedback, isn't it? That's what it's all about. My favourite luthier in the world is a German guy called Jens Ritter. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. His guitars are beautiful. Oh my God. Oh. And occasionally I see him in American trade shows and things, and he's handling them with white gloves. And I want to get as far away as I possibly can from anything so precious and delicate that it needs to be handled with white gloves. I'd like to be able to drop this out of a fucking aeroplane and it'll still work. And to that end, one of the other design principles is graceful degradation. It's something that web designers used to do. It means that if something breaks, you just go to a slightly less capable, it'll automatically fall to a slightly less capable version of itself. So something like that, if that thing stops working, well, you could just swap out another one because they cost like $100 each. So backups for these would be pretty cheap. You can just swap it out or just stop working completely. You can just use it as a regular guitar. This is not very playable. This is version 4. I'm just getting this sort of basic geometry figured out. Version 4. This one is version 3. Look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, version 3. I actually quite like that white kind of thing. Yeah, version 3. And I think I've probably got to do about another 2 or 3 versions before I get something which is good enough for me. And good enough for me is this. That is a 1968 Strat that my brother bought me when I was going through a homeless phase in London back in the 90s. It was in the back of a transit van with a mattress. That's not homeless. But everything got stolen out of it. And my family felt sorry. My family in New Zealand felt sorry for me, so they sent me that. And it is absolutely beautiful. That. Listen to the sustain on that. Yeah, so when that new one plays as well as that old one, I shall be happy. And if anybody's interested in buying one, I'll see what I can do. And hopefully I'll get that far. You can do, if that's running AI, you'll be able to do things in a year or two, like fix bum notes on the fly. So it's playing, it knows the song that you're trying to play, and it just monitors everything you're doing. And if something goes wrong, it'll, instead of going, it'll do, which is the right one. Which is going to really, really annoy people, I think. But I think anything that annoys people is probably worth doing. Don't you? Yeah. So it's the essence of, you know, punk rock or something. Yeah, so yeah, that's in there. You know, you'll be able to do things like, it will be able to hear a song and tell you what the chords to it are, or it will be able to, you'll be able to control lighting rigs with it. You know, so if you're playing something soft and mellifluous, you know, it'll turn everything, you know, soft focus and purple and release the dry ice. And if it's loud and rackety, it'll, you know, turn on the spotlights and release the hounds. Or whatever. I asked GPT for some outlandish ideas on what an AI could do with this, and one of its suggestions was that it change the tone to tune in with the pheromones being released by the audience. Is that a good idea? Of course it is. Yeah, so there you go. The next challenge is to, at the moment the neck's just flat with the body, and it needs to be angled a bit because the action is way high at the moment. So the next challenge is just, the reason it's got like holes there, those are pilot holes, so you can like put pilot holes in your baseboard, your CNC, bolt that down, and it'll know exactly where to go when it's when it's making the neck pocket a bit deeper. So, you know, it's built to be, it's actually designed to be hacked. Yeah, look at that, it's got little feet. I don't have the right size bolts, so I quite like them actually, like a spaceship, like a lunar landing kind of craft. I quite like to put like little shoes and socks on them, little shoelaces and so on, isn't it? Yeah, lovely. Yeah, so there you go. I think that's probably enough now. Thanks for listening. I shall see you next time.